To Tim Connolly Drums. Welcome to live streaming. Here I am in my drum room, and I thought I would go through my warm-up that I use before I perform gigs, any kind of a show. It's also warm-ups that I do with my students because I think warming up is really important. Now, Buddy Rich was once asked, what do you do before you perform? What is your warm-up? And Buddy's response always made me laugh. It's, I take my hands out of my pockets. So Buddy is a rare commodity because he didn't really do a warm-up. Now, I do know, because my drum teacher, Dom Famulero, was a student of Buddy's, I do know that Buddy actually had a pad back in the dressing room, and he did work out a little bit on the pad because Dom had some lessons in those dressing rooms. That's where he took some lessons with Buddy, and Buddy showed him the Freestroke and a bunch of other things, and how to be loose and the exercise for the Freestroke. So one of the things that I do is I always start off with Freestroke bounces, and I do 4 in each hand, really nice and loose and relaxed, via Joe Morello and Buddy Rich. So I'm getting the stick to bounce on its own. There's nothing but a down. I'm not pulling the stick. It's down and the stick jumps right back. Okay? So this is the Freestroke. Now I like to start off really slow and relaxed whenever I warm up. Speed it up a little bit. Okay? And then the exercise for the Freestroke is the stick coming right back in one motion. Again, there's no pull, as you can see. Now, you can do it like this, where you're coming from this position. I call this the Bruce Lee version because it's like the 1-inch punch. I'm barely moving. I'm just turning my wrist over. So it's... But at the same time, as you can see, look how much power I'm generating in this stroke. So I can generate a ton of power. I'm hardly using any force at all, as you can see. Freestroke, exercise. Freestroke, exercise for the Freestroke. So you want to get this. It's like a circle. If the stick was to go away from me, it would spin and create a circular motion. Drumming is based on circles. So you want to get those circles happening. Now obviously we don't want the stick to fire off, but if it does, that's fine. That is totally okay. Exercise for the Freestroke. Excellent warm-up tool. Okay? Getting the sticks to bounce. Freestroke. Exercise. Now the exercise for the Freestroke, obviously you're not really going to do this in terms of playing, but it teaches you how to get the sticks to bounce. So that's where we head to next, is getting the sticks to bounce. So a little bit quicker, let's do them in group of 4s. And what I'm doing is the stick is doing all the work. I'm doing nothing except throwing the stick down. It responds. A little quicker. Really loose. A little bit of fingers involved when you start to go a little faster. Another thing that I like to do is for a warm-up with that exact thing, the 4 strokes, is throw the stick down for 1 stroke, let it bounce up like that. The next 3 strokes are pulls. So it looks like this. Sorry. Throw, throw. Nice and loose, as you'll see. I don't know if you can tell or not, but my hands are barely touching the stick. That's the key to speed. You speed it up. Okay, whoops. Now I want to get the fingers going. So now we want to make the fingers going. Now here's a great finger exercise I do for every warm-up. So what we're going to do is we're going to count these. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for every beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now that is really hard to do. The goal is to get that up to between 50 and 100 if you can. Getting this, and this trains you. This is a Joe Morello exercise, okay? And this trains you to get your fingers moving, because ultimately when you're playing, this is what you want to be doing. Fingers moving. So when I'm doing these rolls, it's all fingers. As you can see though, I'm capturing the bounces. Whoops. Nice and loose and relaxed, and you can see my fingers moving. Okay, so another exercise I like to do in the warm-up is 1 and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. A little faster. Whoa, the stick goes flying. It's okay, by the way, if that happens. When you're warming up, you want to be loose. That is part of the goal. Okay, now, another thing I like to do, of course, is paradiddles. And I like to do regular paradiddles and inverted paradiddles. So a regular paradiddle with a nice molar stroke at the beginning for the accent. Inverted paradiddle. So. Bar of each. Okay, so that is a really great exercise. Doing various paradiddles. You can even add a double paradiddle in there, for example. Bars. Okay, now of course you can go through many different types of paradiddles, which I encourage people to do. Another great warm-up paradiddle that I like is paradiddle diddle with a turnaround. So you're doing a paradiddle diddle, which is right, left, left. You do that twice, then half a paradiddle. Then that flips you to the left side. Then you repeat it from the left side, meaning a left hand lead. So it looks like this. switch. Excellent, excellent, great stuff for warming up. Okay, now the other Joe Morello exercise for warming up, it's a very similar thing to this. We're getting this muscles in your arms here to relax and stretch. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands like this. You're gonna go one, you're gonna do 8 of these per every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can already feel it in here. This is like a workout for bodybuilding for drummers. Terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. But that's what it is. We're trying to get blood into the muscle and tendons and everything. That's the point of the warm-up. Okay? And then I like to do rolls. So a 4-stroke roll. 5. Sorry, that was a double paradiddle. 5-stroke roll. Okay, 5-stroke roll is doubles. Sorry, that was a 6. So I like to go through various rolls, and then of course we take the pad off, and I like to do some grooves. Now the thing is though, quite often at gigs, the drum kit is on stage. All you have to warm up on is a pad. You know, I'm not playing stadium gigs. I have before in the past, but I'm not currently playing stadium gigs. So my warm-up is generally speaking on a pad. It's very, very rarely where I actually get to play the kit, because the kit is on the stage and you don't go out and just start banging on your drums with a live audience sitting there waiting. They're gonna think the show is starting. And the show is not starting. It's just a crazy drummer trying to do his warm-up. So get yourself an Evans Real Feel pad. I'm not paid by Evans to say this. This is just the pad that I enjoy and I like. This pad is a fantastic pad, and it's got a beautiful feel. Fits right on any, this is 12 inches, I think, so a 13 and 14 inch drum, easily it fits, and it never moves. That's the beauty of this pad as well. Okay? All right, the final thing that I like to do in my warm-up, some of my warm-ups, I have many, many, many different warm-ups. This is just, I'm just giving you some ideas that I do, is singles to doubles as 16th notes. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice one thing, the grip. One of the reasons why I can get such an excellent bounce is because I'm letting the stick do its thing. This is the mistake that everybody makes, and I'm on my students like crazy. Get your finger out of the way. It's really simple, but you've got to remember to keep it there. Don't let it creep back in like this. Watch. Now you'll notice that, look how easily the stick moves when that finger's not blocking it. when that finger's not in the way, I can play pretty darn fast because the stick is literally, I'm controlling the stick with my fingers and I'm using a back fulcrum. I'm not doing this as the fulcrum. The stick just literally sits there and moves like this. That's literally what I'm doing. So I let it move. My grip here is not even a grip, it's super loose. Sometimes my fingers and thumb even kind of separate a little bit. But I never lose the grip of the stick. So that is one of my warm-ups. Thanks for watching, and I enjoy these live streams, and I'll tell you why, because with COVID over the last couple of years, I have not been able to do any live gigs, and this is my this is my equivalent of a live gig. That's why I was like, hey, sorry, because things happen live. That's the beauty of live. You know, I saw the Ramones years and years ago in New York, and man, they were not a tight, refined, you know, Porcupine Tree or Rush kind of a band. They were loose, they were all over the place, and it was part of the beauty, was the fact that they were loose and all over the place, and nobody cared, you know? That's the beauty of live music. Support live music. Go and see shows. As a matter of fact, talking about Porcupine Tree, I just got tickets last week to the Porcupine Tree coming to Toronto. And I'm a huge Porcupine Tree fan. Gavin Harrison's the best. I love his drumming. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again live soon. Take care.